She's worn out. She's absolutely worn out. She's very busy this morning.
She has been very busy.
She's been very busy since 5 o'clock.
Supervising the warehouse.
Should we get her a high-vis jacket?
I think she needs one. Yeah, definitely.
You know, you can get the one with, like, Grandma's little helper on for tots. Should we just have, like, warehouse manager?
Yeah, that'd be good.
That'd do it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good morning, everybody. It's Textile Tuesday. I don't know why I always feel a need to check the weather. Probably because I'm British.
Yes. It's awful this morning.
I can't wait to get the kids back to school. Love them. Can't wait to get the kids back to school. Especially if it's going to do this a lot. So how are you guys? Have you got your children back to school?
Some gone back today.
I think so. I think
our Scottish viewers as well, they go back earlier, don't they? I think they go back last week or even the week before.
Ours, I mean, they should have started at the beginning of September, but I think the staff just needed a few days to acclimatise.
Yeah, get the classroom ready.
Yeah. Remember where the tea and biscuits are for break time and get themselves sorted. Fair play. Today, Jane, you have created this rather marvellous marvel. Can we show the pattern?
Yes.
Because we can't always fit an entire quilt in the screen. But what I can do, by technical magic, is show you what it looks like. Now, you can mix and match this up.
Yes.
I love how you have ombre this. This makes me happy.
Yeah, made me happy too.
Makes me smile. Yeah, that's the truck. Thank you, Wiz. And, you know, all things are good. And you can be making this today.
It's such a lovely block to do, and it's an easy block. It's a nice beginner block.
Yes.
And there's lots of variety to it. Bless her. There's loads of variety to it. So there's lots of options, and we've given you a colouring sheet. Well, you probably can't see that, it looks blank on screen, but there's an outline of the quilt blocks, so you can colour them in or add bits of your fabric to them to make it...
Bit of grown-up mindfulness.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You know, because you might not like the fact that this is a little bit abstract, you might want it in rows, you know, in stripes, or you may want to change it around completely. You might want to start with the red in the middle going out like a burst.
Or you can copy it exactly as Jane has done.
Whichever
and this is the thing. And I think, Jane, for me, now that we're doing more and more of our Zooms and we're getting to know our viewers more than just Facebook comments, I realise there is such a wealth of talent out there. And whilst I know that you love our instructions because they're clearly laid out, the photographs are great and it's step by step.
Yes.
I see the twists and the spins that you put. So I know a lot of you aren't scared to do that. But equally, like on our Zoom yesterday, we had a lovely lady who is a dressmaker. She's like, I'm starting to make bags. Now, for me, dressmaking is far harder than bag making.
Yeah.
But it's the other way around for her.
Yes. It's what you're used to, isn't it?
There.
If you've been doing something all, you know, since you were a young gal or chap, and then somebody says, oh, try this, you're a bit like, oh, I don't know if I can.
Yes. So, what do we need for this?
It's the full collection of the Edita Sitar Twinkle.
Now, Gemma told me off because she said that at no point have we really shown this in any kind of close-up situation. So I'm going to take a little step back, Jane, and I'm going to just say to you, can you show... Oh, no, that's my... Look, it's not root cam today because I just had my hair done. There you go.
Look at this. These are beautiful colours. They've all got a little star on them.
Which is why it's called Twinkle.
Which is why it's called Twinkle. I don't know if we can see that.
But it's not like a white star.
Well, some of them are... Like, this is a lovely sort of royal blue, deep royal blue. Not royal blue, Air Force blue. And then the star is that blue. But the star on this is like an ecru colour. So it's different, and sometimes they're darker, because over on the next one... You've got this beautiful like teal colour, which is a soft teal with a dark star. And then that's like the opposite, so that's the dark star as the background with the soft teal as the star. Beautiful. I mean, Edita Sitar does beautiful fabric design, so she's really thought about this. Her colour palette
And do you know, actually it's funny because we did a fat quarter bundle yesterday for our subscribers, and here it is. And if you pull from there, you will see that you've got greens that are going to match, you've got reds that are going to match.
Yeah, and this lovely soft, that's going to go in there.
And actually the background colour there, look, all nice. I hadn't twigged that, it was only because it was sitting there.
Yeah, because she's a bit like Kate, isn't she? She uses
a palette.
A colour palette that you get to be familiar with. And it all looks beautiful.
So a rainbow of star-based blenders is effectively what this is.
Yeah, they work beautifully on their own. If you like, if you love a rainbow and you like to work with ditses or planes, but then they equally work beautifully, you know, as we just said, as a blender where you can mix and match them in with whatever you're working with. Particularly if you've got other, you know, if you've got her beach house collection that we had earlier, all these blues and teals,
they're going to work.
Are going to work beautifully with them.
Beautifully, really beautifully. So this is a fat quarter bundle. This is available for anyone. We always give our subscribers first dibs because they're for next month's subscriber Zoom.
Yes.
But because we're going to do infinity scarves next month, which I'm excited for. Now, let's have a look at this then, because that means that we've got some other fat quarter bundles. We'll come back to these in just a moment. We've got ones with Cafe. I know.
I love that feathers, and I love his spots.
So that is another trio. I'm not sure if we've got any of these left because we only had 2 of that. And then we had a Kaufman trio, which is really rather special and beautiful.
This is gorgeous.
And actually, I have to say, an infinity scarf out of that would go with my jumper today. And then equally we have got...
Yes, we're back into infinity scarf weather, aren't we? When you just need that little bit just to take the chill off.
And so we were talking yesterday on the Zoom about when Brandon came in to do infinity scarves with us. We've got so much to show you, so much fabric to show you on today's shows. Bear with. This is another trio. So we've taken the blue from there, which is in the grandiose, but then you've got the purple that ties in with the agate.
Gorgeous.
And he was just like, you want that contrast. I always try and find something to tie them together, be it that they're a collection so the colours work together, like with the Robert Kaufman.
It's nice to have the different scale of pattern as well, isn't it?
Yeah, but for me on here, you've got on the feathers, you've got, and of course I've now got a bit where I can't see it. You've got these, so I've got like circles there, circles in the, kind of in that. So I've sort of taken that as a bit of a theme. I love this bundle, by the way.
That's your colours, isn't it?
It's my colours through and through. Can I just pass that to you?
Yeah.
Now, this is a George Mendoza one. So if you want warmer colours, if you're more of a reds...
Oh, this is a new collection to us, and we're just loving this.
I'm going to do some stuff with this next week, Jane.
It's beautiful fabric.
Yep.
This is just...
stunning.
It's called something like Sunrise or Sunset or something, isn't it? And it just looks...
Well, he's a blind painter.
Yeah.
So that's his impression of what it must look like.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a life where you have to describe colour? How would you describe gold?
It's a difficult one, that is, isn't it?
I heard a description
because
of gold.
If you say yellow to somebody that can't see, they won't know what yellow is.
No, I know. So how would you describe the colour gold?
Yeah, it's...
And someone's... I was watching a movie or so, I can't remember where it was at, and she said I would describe it as...
it's warmth,
isn't it? The colour is the warmth of honey.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is another one.
I love that.
Yeah, because you've got these purples on there and the blues, and so you've got the circles of the Millefiori, you've got the circles of Cave Spots, and then you've got the circles of the melon.
Yeah.
Love it. So that's another trio. You can make infinity scarves, or you can just have it in your stash. Now, Jane, we're keeping this out because yesterday we did, on our Zoom, we did this is how far I've got with mine now. I now need to add a bit more on. The design strip mat. Look, that's a very baby Morty.
I know.
In the days where he was actually small and not just naughty. This
It's like the case of the big disappearing cat, because you can never see Morty, do we?
Not
Very
in summer.
rarely.
Not in summer.
No, unless you need to feed in. He's out.
Having said that, Josh was on a Zoom course over the weekend and Morty managed to come in and drop a mouse right underneath his desk. So Josh had to go fishing around underneath his desk trying to find this mouse. And in the excitement, Ruben came rushing in and let go a bit of a wifty out his bottom and right in Josh's face because he was overexcited trying to find the mouse. Josh's like, this is not all the fun. Come and share my life, Josh.
5 seconds of complete chaos.
But given that I've been clearing up people's sick all weekend, I was like, 5 minutes of mouse does not compare.
No.
I had absolutely no sympathy whatsoever. Now this is something that you could do with these.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's 28 colours in the Twinkle collection. That would give you a really nice size mat.
Yeah. Now I'm partway through doing this, and the colours that I have used are from the Glaze collection, which if I just move this and move a spaniel, is here. Now we put this on at a really, really silly price. And you can see, look, I'm working, this is where I've started from.
Yeah.
Working through here. Now we've had this before, but not with as many colours.
No, because I pinched a couple of colours out, didn't I,
Yeah.
for one of my patterns.
And now I've pinched it back again.
Yeah.
We have just random warehouse fisticuffs, basically. And
It's
I
an
won
image.
today.
It's an image.
Sure, there's a channel for that, Jane. And so you can get an idea of how these are going to go. The rest of them are on the floor waiting to have all the thingy done. But you can just see how this is working up into something really quite splendid and beautiful. So you could do it in your more muted tones, or you could do it in the glaze. The glaze is a 22 long quarter bundle. It's on at a very silly price. That has had a massive chunk taken off it as well.
Has it?
Yeah, we've kind of tried to do you Friday deals. We've got the kids back to school, almost. And we've done that thing again, Jane. I'm going to be more honest than I ever should be. We've done that. We've done the thing of everything came in at once.
Yes.
Which means that they don't necessarily. This hasn't had its own show.
No, because
Really?
we had a quilt pattern for this, didn't we? And it
sold in 10 minutes.
went
Sold out in 10 minutes.
We didn't even get to demo it, so.
And then we had it as a Friday deal. Now this is the bigger bundle, so we've never had this before now.
No, this is the full collection apart from the white and the grey.
Yeah.
That sold out.
So this is the rainbow full collection, is basically it. Mm-hmm. And let's just have a little look at these, because they are basically as close to grunge as you're going to get without spending grunge money.
Yeah. It's a beautiful blender that's got a bit of texture and tone to it. So it's not a solid, but it gives the impression of a solid without being too flat.
And it's by Libs Elliott. Another
And
one
again,
that knows her colour.
she's got a beautiful rainbow palette.
She's brighter.
She loves a rainbow brightness, doesn't she?
So I think we've got rainbows covered off here. I'm going to move this out of the way. I only have, by the way, 5 of these.
Right.
So if you want them, you are going to have to.
Yeah, because it's been a popular collection and there wasn't much left of it, was there?
No, there was not. Let me move my mat. Let me move my mat, Jane.
Let's put it over there.
I'm looking forward to finishing that, actually. Once you get going, they don't actually take as long as you think they're going to.
No, it's the prep, I think, with those that takes the time.
Prior and proper preparation, Jane. I had a look on our shelves today. Oh yeah, so the end of that conversation was, because I finished halfway through, we had everything come in. Not everything had its own show. And now I know I've got more. Oh, Julian, I didn't tell you. We've got a lot more coming in next week. So we
need to make room on the shelves.
Space. So I also have a bit of William Morris left. Again, William Morris, I didn't do everything I should have done with the William Morris. So we have put, this is the Brook. We've done you a fat quarter bundle. And we've never done this as a fat quarter lot. But you still get enough of a scene, I think.
Izzy was saying, "Oh, what would you do with that fabric?" I said, "You just let it be itself."
Yeah.
It's a lovely cushion front or the centre panel of a quilt. Just let it be itself.
You could just bind it in that.
Oh yeah, just lovely.
Or in this.
Yeah.
You know, so
or, you know, pinch one of these out of here.
Well, that was just it. This is no coincidence because I kind of feel like this is of a similar hue and tone.
Yeah,
Jane.
definite. There's definitely fabrics in there, look, that would look beautiful with this.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
and then you've got this,
in there, haven't you?
this one that just brings in that tone there.
So, very, very beautiful bundles to have. You see, what about these reds in here,
Oh,
Jane?
I know. There's a gorgeous deep red tone there. Look, that's gorgeous. It just fits in with
fit
that.
in with that. I'm afraid the spaniel is not for sale.
No, no, we're not swapping her.
No, 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 no. Gosh, no. Could you imagine? No. The riots that would occur in my world if I did that. So we've got this up, and again, this is coming in under £30.
Wow.
For 2 meters
of William Morris.
Yeah. When it's gone, Jane.
Well, this
I can only do what I can do.
And we do get it back when we can, don't we? In different colourways and different styles. It's one of ours that we love to have.
It's classic. It's a staple. Goes so... Oh, Jane, you know what we didn't...
Yeah.
Oh, and that looks so beautiful with that one. Look at that with that.
I know. It's just... Sometimes the crossover works beautifully.
Stunning. Right, so that is your fat quarter bundle of your William Morris.
That's a lovely bundle to have, you know, bag linings, cushion fronts, patch. You could make a whole quilt with just the fat quarters.
Right. So, which means we've got bolt ends.
Oh!
I will say hello to everyone in a minute. What does Gemma say? Gemma's saying on YouTube. Auntie Liz is there. She's good morning. Cynthia Cook is there. Kids went back to school on the 15th of August in America.
Wow.
She's Ohio, isn't she?
They don't have as many holidays, though, do they, in America? They don't have like the half terms either.
No. And Ivan says, good morning, ladies. Love the video of Minion Ruben playing. He's so patient with her, bouncing all over him. He's basically a climbing frame.
He is.
To be honest about the situation, Ruben has basically become a climbing frame. And I think he's okay with that, Jane.
He does love her. He's a bit curious about her, isn't he? He's not quite sure what this little bundle of fluff that's bouncing around in front of him is.
Swinging off his tail yesterday.
Oh, God. He's got such a lovely nature to him, though. He's so gentle.
He's a good boy.
He just comes in the morning and just leans against me.
That's his hug to you.
I said, any other dog would probably jump up and want to be fussed, wouldn't they? But Ruben just comes and leans on you and you just fuss his ears and he's quite happy.
He's a good boy.
He's lovely.
Do you know, we looked out for a rescue. You can get all sorts
well, you
of
don't
things,
know what you're
can't
getting, do you?
No. But big, daft, cuddly. That's what we got there.
And he's getting... Because when he first came, he was quite anxious that people were like, here 1 minute, gone the next. And he was like, I don't know whether I can cope with this. But he's come relaxed so much. Yeah. And I think since he was tutored... I think that's helped.
Oh, do you know what I've just seen, Jane? Just to give an idea of the colourways for the Edita Sitar.
Oh, yes.
This, for the fat quarters that we had, of course, don't forget this is something that Jane did with the faux panel.
Yeah.
But there's no reason why you couldn't patchwork in your...
Yeah, you could bring twinkle. all the twinkle into that as well.
Beautiful. Just to give you that idea. Now, it means that we've got bolt ends, Jane. Bolt ends. Oh, I've got to actually switch that.
We love a bolt end.
40 centimetres.
Oh, that's a nice, useful piece.
William Morris Pimpernel, 47 centimetres. Izzy's done these. See, I just round down.
Yeah.
But Izzy's very
precise.
47 centimetres.
Oh, yeah. You and I would have gone, that's 45 piece.
Yeah. This is your leaf green. I love this. It's got like an art deco on it.
This is beautiful, this is. I really do like that one.
So that's the end of that. 75 centimetres of that, Jenny.
Nice.
And then this is the end of the blue woad.
I love that.
Woad. I'm
just looking at this one and that one. Thanks.
Oh, woad. woe is me. Right. We will say hello to everyone on. These are being loaded today. Jane, do you want to
bring it?
Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just finding somewhere to put stuff.
Let's just move this out of the way. There's all sorts in here.
Wizzy went through our bolt ends and found a whole load. Oh, the William bolt ends have sold. Okay, There you go. You've already found those. Well done. These are being loaded today, if not already loaded. Gemma is working her way through them. We give her all the fun stuff.
We do.
She's not going to come in. She can do all the non-fun stuff where I can't even complain about it.
Yeah, well, you're far enough away that you can't hear us swearing at you.
And whoops, I didn't have my phone on me to pick up that call. No, Gemma, that's not it at all. We love you very, very much.
And we miss you.
And we miss you. However, if we don't have the pleasure of your company... She's so quick at this, though.
She knows what she's doing. She does. Yeah. She's super whizzy.
Should we show them then?
Yeah, we've got some beautiful velvet.
If they're not already loaded, they will be loaded today.
I think that's a 76 centimetre piece.
Yeah.
Of the purple velvet.
This is
with a little bit of red attached to it.
Yeah.
This is cotton velvet, yeah. And this is the
65 centimetres.
midnight navy, I think we call it, because we're never really sure what it is. But it's a beautiful, rich, dark, almost black blue.
It's a cotton velvet, not the polyester velvets of the new ones that we've had in. So these are the original velvets that we had.
65 centimetre piece of that.
Egyptian cotton velvet. These are
lovely, and this is a piece of the blue royal.
Yeah. And
55 centimetre piece. It's a nice bright royal blue.
Nice.
There's
Harper pink.
A bit of Liberty here. Harper, 35 centimetres.
That's Tilda. Looks a bit Liberty.
It does look Liberty. Yeah. I don't know why. I knew it was Tilda and it came out as Liberty.
1.80 of Tilda solid.
Tilda's lupine.
Yeah. Don't actually know what that's doing as a bolt end, because we could use that.
I was going to say a 180 piece of Tilda's.
That's very useful. Oh, I don't mind. PU.
Lovely quilted bronze. That's a ½ metre piece, but you can see it's a bit raggy on the edge. So I think the widest bit on there is ½ metre. Or narrowest. We go with the narrowest bit, sorry. We take the narrowest bit.
Is how we tend to try and do it, is we'll give you with the narrowest. So often you end up with a bit more.
This one is the beautiful champagne.
We tend to try.
Champagne, 75 centimetres. This is a gorgeous pale gold metallic champagne. Beautiful, look at that, sparkly.
Lovely.
Pewter.
Nice.
75 centimetres again. That's a nice deep
That's
dark
lovely
silver.
For your bag bases.
Lovely for your bags. What have we got here? We've got some of the Odile Murano.
Yeah.
This is beautiful. Look at this. It's like Gypsy Caravan flowers.
Gypsy Caravan meets stained glass window in an organic way.
It's such a beautiful colour as well. This deep green going through to teal. I can't find the label.
It's right by your hand. It was. There.
So that is a 1.60 m piece. So that's a good nice chunky piece.
Auntie Lizzie's written us a poem.
Oh, has she?
Twinkle, twinkle, little puppy, I can't wait till you get grubby. She's already had
grubby,
several baths.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
This is, we had these Macawa.
Yes.
Pre-cut 2 metre bolt ends. You had a whole load of them, and this was one that was left. And it's Scandi Stars. So it's got a gold metallic with a white and a deep red on a red background. Great staple for your stash for Christmas makes. Doesn't have to be Christmas because it's stars and works with anything.
Yeah.
A bit of tapestry, a little bit of the honeysuckle, 45 centimetres.
So yeah, not quite that half.
Not quite a ½ metre.
But perfect for a bag.
Absolutely ideal.
Do the job.
We've got some Macawa spectrums here. We've got this beautiful piece of yellow. nice sunshiny colour. 65 centimetres. There's a lovely bit of blue here, which is 1m80, good piece. I mean, plains are great for you to have in your stash as your staple for whenever you just need that bit of lining. 2.8 metres, that's nearly a quilt back.
Yeah, I know.
That's a gorgeous, soft purple lilac. Oh, purple velvet here, not quite a metre, 98 centimetres.
I wonder how many other companies would have just shoved that in as a metre. I can't do it.
No.
No.
1.5, the Seven Berries Stylish Vintage. This is
love
lovely.
that.
This is like, has the feel of cotton lawn. So would make a nice shirt, 1.5, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Gorgeous fabric. This is a bit of denim. The
Peacock denim.
Stretch denim.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of elastine in it, so it's
has.
got a bit of a...
If you don't want that, just put a little bit of...
Stabilise on it.
Yeah, I would put a lightweight interfacing on the back.
Yeah.
Done.
But it's because it's denim, it's not going to stretch when you're sewing it. It's not like working with a jersey or anything.
Oh, God, no.
Metre piece of that. We've got some beautiful leftover bits of the... Words have gone. Jacquard paisley. This is gorgeous. This is like a bronze colour, antique gold.
Yeah.
It's got a shot to it, hasn't it? You can see in the selvage there, the gold colour in there with a lovely deep... You could just imagine waistcoats and things like that with this. Bag linings. That's a 2 metre piece.
Bag linings.
Bag linings. That's the bronze one, and it's got a blue shot going through that with that lovely orange. That's gorgeous. This one's my favourite. This is the purple lilac. 1.5 metres of that one with that gold.
Bag linings in this with the cork.
Oh,
Stunning.
just stunning.
Beautiful. Job done.
And then this lovely classic navy. And there's 1.4 of that one.
Nice.
And that's got a gorgeous... It's very dark, but the navy paisley, beautiful. Macawa, Fernshaw. That one's called Philip.
We sold out of that quilt that you did, the Fernshaw quilt.
Yeah.
Just flew. We sold out in all 3 colourways. It just went.
So these are the end pieces. There's 1.75 here. I mean, you've got a great chunk of this cream one, the linen. 3.4, that's the quilt back.
I think that had been my idea, was that anything we had left over could go for quilt backs for those quilts.
That's a beautiful big piece.
Yeah. But equally, whack it with some cork and make some bags.
Yeah.
This works so beautifully with that, so you could then line it with those.
That goes beautifully. That is 1.6, that's watermelon. These are cottage cloth.
And they go, I mean, all of those work.
Yeah.
Imagine that then.
That's the pearl. 1.18 of that one.
I don't know why I just growled then, sorry.
Well, it just make you feel that way sometimes, doesn't it? It's
but like it was a good growl.
This is cottage cloth. It's a blue and it's a metre piece. And it's next to the Sanderson that we've got here.
The leftover Sandersons.
Which that looks like it's a metre piece. Yeah, this is the Chelsea white.
How stunning is that?
Look at that with that.
Perfect.
It's made for it.
Yep, rude not to. And again, we show these bolt ends because it's those things that you're not going to be able to see on a screen. That Rennie Nanneman cottage cloth in that blue with this, just stunning.
The thing with the cottage cloth is it's got like this linen effect. It's printed fabric, but it's got like a texture to it. So there's a deep blue and a very faint green tone to this when you look at it in certain lights, which lends itself beautifully with these Sandersons because it brings out this...
Does everything, doesn't it?
All of that. That's another piece of the Chelsea blue. Well, it's Chelsea white, actually. It's Southwold blue, Chelsea white. And that's a 1.67 piece. And then this is a bit more of the Sanderson, the Southwold blue. This is Rose and Peony. This is such a pretty fabric. Part of that collection. That's a 1.48. These are great chunks. And if you like cushions and things like these, those are the sort of fabrics that make lovely cushions.
Yes.
Even a blind or a pair of small curtains.
But a series of cushions from that collection.
Yeah.
Stunning.
Bound with...
Yeah.
Look at this. This is a bit of Kaufman. This is the pine cones on grey. This is called Shadow, this one. It's got gold metallic on it there, the pine cones.
Stunning.
It's beautiful, soft colours. We've got a bit of Dashwood Nina Rabu.
Right.
Woodland Notions.
Is like this is like a cotton lawn.
Yeah,
and
it's wider.
wide. Yeah.
It's 60. Is it 60 wide? 54.
15, it's wide. It's your dressmaking width.
Yeah, it's a 1.26 metre piece of that.
It's about. I think it's about like 59.
It's wide. It's wider than the traditional quilting cottons.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. It's a lovely. It's like it's almost got a lawn feel to it.
Yeah,
a bit cave in here.
A lawn.
It is a lawn.
Yeah.
Step flower contrast. That is a 2.9 piece. That's a quilt back or a bag, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at that. That's gorgeous. A bit more here. This is square dance. I love the bright vibrancy of this fabric.
They work so beautifully
They
together
do,
as well.
don't they?
Yeah.
That is a 2 metre piece. I've got some of the petals, petal sky.
That sold out so fast.
It did.
And it's a 2 metre 45.
2 to 45 again. Nice quilt back. Look at this.
I know.
Curly baskets, contrast.
2 metre 70 piece.
2.7 metre piece.
Imagine that as a quilt back.
That is
Stunning.
gorgeous. The thing with these patterns as well, if you wanted to use them on the back of your quilt, you could use that as your reference for your quilt pattern. So you could do your curves on that backwards. And then we've got a whole selection of different size pieces of bumbleberries.
Can I just...
Yeah, that bumbleberry's there. That's autumnal orange. It's just a 51 centimetre piece.
But it would edge a cushion.
It would do binding. It's basically a ½ metre piece. There's some rock there, 1.85. That's a good staple.
Yeah.
Background fabrics, blenders.
Perfect.
There's a beautiful leaf. That's a gorgeous colour. That's a 1.5 piece. This, the Celtic lilac. 1.75.
Yeah.
95 centimetres of the deep forest, which is a lovely Christmas green fabric, really deep, rich. This is a beautiful colour. This is like your primary blue.
Yeah.
1.05 metres.
Strong blue.
Yeah, strong blue it's called. Just over a metre. And then we've got this piece of bright coastal. We had the coastal collection of fabrics from Lewis and Irene. This was part of the colours that they chose. 1.3 metres. We've got some of the Dashwood coral reef with the turtles on. 1.5 metre piece there.
Perfect.
There's a bit more of the petals here in the contrast. That's lovely. Beach bag. Lovely, your beach bag
yeah,
pattern.
wouldn't that be lovely?
Nice. And then a nice big chunk of our jumble. Cave jumble, 3 metre piece.
Bosh.
That's a quilt back. Beautiful.
Do you know what? That never underestimate a green like that.
No, works with so many things.
Absolutely.
Versatile.
And it sounds silly to say it, but and that's the only reason that I say it is because I do underestimate a green because it's not my go-to colour. But it's in whenever you have flowers, you have the green that goes with it. So
Yeah.
it's one of those things, isn't it? Whilst you load those back in, Jane, I'm just going to say hello to everybody on Facebook. Auntie Lizzie, we've read out her poem. Ali Barton says it's our coral anniversary today. Happy birthday, Sue. She's no idea how we made it this far. Probably because I shut myself away sewing. Hey, look, there's always a way. There's always a way.
Always a way.
Gabriel says, morning. Oh, cute puppy in a bag. She's not for sale.
How many years is coral then? Is that 45?
I have no idea. I'm not very good on that. But happy anniversary anyway. Sylv says, yay, made it. Workers interrupting us way too much. Which is no fun, Jane. No fun at all. Sue's here, Sylv's here. Bolton's gone. Americans have the same number of holidays as us, but not in one short, regular basis like ours.
Right. I know that they don't get the half terms like we do they?
I think we'd better if we just
I think
have
they have longer term times.
2 weeks at half term and
Yeah.
then shorter other holidays. Carol's here, Claire's here, Joy's here. Oh, Ali's got to go now. Her friends are there. Oh my, have you seen the new Odile velvet ribbons, border fabrics you made the pencil cases from? No, I haven't, Sue. I will have to obviously have a little shop there and stock up on those. Lynn's here, Helen's here, good morning. I've had fabric from a large supplier, I won't name them here, who have sold me short pieces of fabric. It's no good, Sue. So when when fabric is folded onto a bolt, often it's not folded straight. So since the get-go here at Natasha Makes, we cut our 1/2 meters at 20 inches, which is more than a 1/2 meter. So not only do we not cut you short, but we also make sure that
that you've got enough to straighten it, really.
Yeah.
And get a bit more out of it.
Sylv says that paisley is beautiful, the jacquard.
It is, the jacquards are gorgeous.
I've had some before. Can you do a fat quarter bundle in the beach house? I don't know how much we've got left of the beach house.
I don't think...
There's like a squiddly bit left,
yes.
but there's not much left. Elizabeth wants to kiss that little face.
What, my little face?
Yes, Jane, your little face.
Thanks.
Your little face.
Yeah.
Jean's here, Chris is here, Gillian's here. And Sharon's here. Is there a pattern to show how to add a border or a flange around the edge of a pillow? Thanks, I'm a dressmaker.
We have got our cushion finishing with flare set of instructions. There's things on there for adding flange and borders and all sorts of things.
Yeah, so there's a whole, if you put cushion finishing with flare, Sharon, on our website, it will come up with all the different ways that Jane has showed us to finish off the cushions. Because, right, there are certain things in life that some people do better than me. You finish off a cushion and it always looks like it's professionally done and everything else. And I love how you finish your cushions. My mum will make a bed like it looks like it's a hotel room.
Yeah.
And you know when you just go, I can't, it doesn't matter how much time and effort I spend on trying to make a bed, it never looks like that.
Yeah, it looks like it's been slept in. Yeah, mine's the same.
Whereas, you know, you'll walk and it'll look like something out of Homes and Gardens when you walk into my mum's house. I make a mess just putting my bag on the floor.
Some of us are just messy.
I am
Me included.
messy. I am just messy.
I had square patches left over.
I wondered what you were squirreling about. I'm like, but your sample's done, Jane.
Yeah.
You couldn't help yourself,
I can't leave it be, can I? Because I didn't use all of the blocks because I think I made 8 of each. I think it says in the pattern to make 7 of each, but there's enough fabric to make more than 8, but I made 8 of each. And of course, by the time I'd put all the thing together, I got some left over.
Nice.
So I put 4 together to make a cushion.
Do you know what? That would look really nice on the sofa in Josh's office.
There's always somewhere it will go in this house.
With that over the back.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you're going to have plenty of fabric. I'm going to show you my offcuts because you'll be like, what? There's a lot.
How much?
It's like the porridge pot that keeps on giving.
Shall I go and sit over there?
Yeah.
Oh, Coral Anniversary is 35 years.
35.
There you go.
Brilliant.
That helps.
Congratulations.
If you cannot see all those bolt ends, it's because they are being loaded throughout the day. Helen, we will have a look at the beach house and see
what we can come up with.
Yeah.
Might be a Friday deal.
Yeah, unless we can find a way to get any of that loaded. I say that quietly under my breath.
Into a microphone.
Yeah.
And everybody's heard you now.
No one's heard me, just in case, you know, Gemma feels inclined. I forgot to wake her.
Can you not just scoop her up without waking her? She could stay there.
She should just stay there. Can you work around her?
Yeah.
It's just, you know,
face.
that thing of sleeping.
You can't see that face.
Oh, shall I go overhead? Hang on, Jane.
I don't know that you can see it. Because it's just so cute.
So munchy. She's got that lovely puppy smell.
She has.
Yeah, you can. She looks like a little squirrel.
She does. She's so cute. She's fast asleep.
As soon as she wakes up, Jane. Oh, no. Oh.
No, just reposition. You scoop her up while she's sort of in a semi. She'll go back to sleep against you.
Puppy in my pocket.
Sleepy puppy.
Oh, she smells so good.
It's gorgeous.
I can't believe how long until she's not going to manage. When she outgrows this, we'll just put all her toys in her trug.
Yeah.
She'll chew the handles, but, you know.
Oh.
Oh, hang on, Gemma's messaged, probably to say, If you are going to sit down, do not mute the mic with your like last time.
Oh, right. Helpful. Nothing like being reminded.
And she also says, fortunately, I'm not in striking distance.
Yes.
Rude, Jane. I might just stand here and sway. I was in Cornwall at the weekend, and obviously Puppy was handed around to anyone that I saw.
Yes.
And it's amazing, as soon as you hand it to a woman that's had children...
Yeah, they start rocking them.
They just start rocking. They don't even know they're doing it.
No.
It's hilarious.
I'd got hold of my granddaughter and I'd been rocking her, gave her back, and then realised I was still rocking.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a comforting motion for the mums as well as the babies, I think.
You see mums when they first go back to work on the train platform.
Yeah.
Rocking.
Just standing rocking.
Yeah. I mean, that might just be because they've had a heavy day at work.
Yeah.
You never know, do you?
Quite traumatic going back. So
I'm now scared to go and sit down.
Yeah. She'll just snuggle up to you, won't she? Go to sleep. Goes paws. She's beautiful.
Right. Yeah, Gemma says last time you managed to change the channel. Only I could do this. I feel like, just get all my stuff, my coffee, get out of here, Jane. Oh, in the meantime, hang on. Let me just change the angle so that you can... There you go.
There we go. There's 28 fabrics in this collection.
The big one.
It's a lovely big collection. From your neutrals that work with everything, that's squeak. And then your rainbow going through, from your reds through to your violets. I divided them up into 7 collections of 4. There's lots of different colourways that you could choose, but I chose these ones. So I've got like a light, a medium, a dark medium and a dark. That's how I started. I've put a little bit about that in the instructions so that you can see. But, this is a pattern that's very versatile and you could do it with just 4 colours if you wanted to. You'd need more than long quarters of it, but that's what you can do. So decide on your combination of fabrics and then you'll take your 2 lighter tones and you'll work with those first. And then that's your border, the dark, the medium dark, and the dark is the one that goes around it. It's basically a 4-patch with then bordered by a log cabin setting. So I'm going to demonstrate how you make it. It's very quick. It won't take you very long.
You were worried this was going to be a short show, and then I brought all the fabric in all the world on the show, didn't I, Jane?
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. So once you've had the fun of deciding which fabric you're going to have where and which combination you're going to have, because you'll decide that, although I've used a certain combination, you might prefer different fabrics together. And that's fine, and we all like slightly different things, and that's lovely. As I said, I had quite a lot of fabric left over. I took a long quarter of each, didn't take more than I needed to.
Genio.
And this is what I've got left. And I managed to get my scrappy binding from my offcuts. So my binding is slightly different colour around, I think I used 6 strips. I used the darker colours.
I feel
black and the teal.
A strippy binding is...
It just lent, I felt it lent itself.
Yeah.
But if you want to have a binding that's all one colour, you would need to have a 1/2 metre of a fabric additional to this, if you want it all the one colour. As I say, I made 8 blocks from each colour to start with. You actually need 7 of each colour to get the quilt, but if you make 8, you've got that little bit of extra to play with. So I've done 8 out of each one, and I've still got... From your darker strips, you won't have as much left over. You probably have one strip, maybe. Some of them might be a little bit squeaky because it's not quite
But
cut.
you could do, you could easily do a rag rug.
Yeah, you could make one of the Lone Star patterns.
Yeah.
Bargello even.
Nice.
You know, we've got lots of patterns that use long quarters of fabric.
Yes.
The Bargello, the Lone Star.
Yeah.
There's lots of other ones.
We were saying yesterday on our Zoom that, especially with the design strip mat, that with any fabrics that you've got left over, you chop them down into 2.5-inch strips. If you've got any 2.5-inch strips left over, and then it gives you maybe a bedside table mat.
Yeah.
You know, or you could make it up into a bowl if you don't sew it flat.
Pull it a bit tighter,
and then you've
as it
got
goes round.
something to put your keys or your watch or something when you get into bed.
Yeah.
Or you could do a big mat and have it by the side of your bed.
Yeah.
And then all the colours tie in, and how you can then very easily have a cushion, a quilt, and a mat or a rug or a bowl.
Yeah.
All in that fabric colour, and it's a really easy and very cost-effective way to decorate a room.
Yeah.
Especially if you rent and everything's neutrals.
Yes, absolutely.
days.
Yeah, add your colour that way. So from the two light colours that you've chosen, you're only going to need one strip of each. 2.5-inch wide strips. It's a very jelly roll friendly pattern as well, this is, so you could make, it would give you a more scrappy effect depending on your jelly roll obviously, but you can choose you know, your fabrics from a jelly roll if you've got lots of jelly rolls and you're never really quite sure what to do with them. 2.5-inch wide, join together, press the seam to the darker side of the two. And then we're going to chop this up into 2.5-inch units. So you'll get 16, you see, from one width of fabric, which is why you can make actually 8 blocks. You trim off the one end to make it level. Your stripology, of course, if you use your stripology, you can whiz up. You get your pieces cut like really super quick.
Jane, let's talk about stripologies because
they're out of stock on
they are out of stock until October. If you want to pre-order, that's fine, but please know that they are out of stock until October. That is when the shipment is due in
with the supplier,
with Creative Grids themselves. So that's where we're at. You can be the first to get it. That's fine. If you order from us, that's no bother at all. And we were just saying yesterday on Zoom how they're life-changing if you are into your fabric.
And if you don't feel confident, or you've got dexterity issues where you can't put the pressure on, even with Creative Grids with their non-slip things, occasionally your ruler will move.
Or even
if you can't get the pressure because you can't spread your hands, your stripology is the answer.
Need stuff doing fast.
Yeah.
I remember giving you one when you very first started, and you were so like, oh, but that's so generous. I'm like, no, it's not. It's really not. It's very selfish of me because I've just given you time and productivity.
Yeah.
And that's an accuracy. That's what I've just given you.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely great. So if you do want a stripology ruler, yes, you can buy them now, but please know you will not get it until October.
And it will probably be towards the end of October as
Assume
well.
the end.
Because by the time they've got them in and then
but
we
you will
get
be,
them.
When they come back into the country, you will be the first. They are on order. We have them on order. And Rachel, who owns Creative Grids, is very, very good like that. Yeah. The other thing, Jane, looking at that quilt, the colours in there.
Yes.
So my head is going around the house.
Yes.
Going right. We've got oxblood coloured leather sofas in the sitting room.
Yeah.
And blue.
Yes.
And golds. That is going to look absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
Josh has got a tan coloured leather sofa and oranges in his room because he loves oranges.
Yeah.
So that would look
it
stunning in there.
in with it. Because this is the thing, isn't it? When you use a rainbow hue of something, it goes anywhere.
But it's soft.
Yeah.
You know what we haven't mentioned?
No.
Is the plains deal.
Oh gosh, yes.
And it's suddenly quite late in the day to suddenly mention that in the middle of a show. But yesterday we had a plains deal on, and I said to SJ, because we've had so many people say they missed out, we will extend it until midnight tonight, where you buy 2.5 meters of plain and you get a third for free.
Wow.
So that deal has been extended until midnight tonight. Then I've got to take it down because it's just stupid.
Is there a code to put in, or is it an automatic?
There is a code, and that's across the top of the... Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And then, but the instructions are across the top of the website as to what you need to do for that. We did also have an 85-piece long quarter plains bundle with a third off. With a third off.
Oh
So
my God.
we worked it out yesterday. Out of that 85, I think you were paying for only 57 of them.
That's fantastic. Oh my gosh, get that in your basket. Quick, quick.
But that has to finish at midnight tonight.
Yeah.
Because also we've got to then cut that.
Yes.
When I say we,
yes.
I mean Izzy.
Izzy and me. Yes.
So, bear with us on that. As we were.
So we've sewn our 2 strips together, width of fabric strips. That's my light and my medium. Then we've cut them into 2.5 inch wide strips. You could scale this down and make your strips narrower. Whatever you do with the width of your strip, you'll cut your units to the same width. So you could make it chunkier if you wanted to. In your segments, you're then going to take 2 of these units and you're going to rotate one round 180 degrees and make your 4 patch. Now, because you've got your seam pressed towards the dart, when you put these 2 pieces together, you're going to get them and they'll lock into each other because one seam goes one way and one goes the other. And that really helps to give you a nice crisp join where your 4 patch comes together in the middle. And of course, it wouldn't be a 4 patch, would it, without the twiddle in the middle?
I was middling in my head.
Yes. So for those of you that don't know anything about the twiddle in the middle and you're wondering what on earth I'm talking about, I like to do this with my seams. Excuse me, I just have a drink. In the middle, just to flatten it off a little bit more. As a patchworker and a quilter, if I folded my 4 patch back now to create my 4 patch, that's fine, that's perfect, it's lovely. What happens though is you've got quite a bit of bulk here in the middle. Now when you come to quilt that, if you wanted to quilt it across the diagonal, as I've done in my quilt, there's the option for your foot to just go off a little bit and not give you a nice straight line. So if we unpick the seam, we've sewn that seam there. If we unpick these few stitches here up to that seam line on this side and on the other side, what happens is when we come to press it, oops, just get rid of that. When we open this out and we press it, normally it would look like that, all going the one way. But what happens now is I can press one seam down and one seam up. And you get a very satisfying little 4 patch in the middle there. And what that does then is there's no bulk in the middle point here where all those seams come together, it flattens it out. So when it comes to quilting, it makes it much easier. Nobody's going to see it, nobody's going to know you've done it, but you know. And it's very satisfying. So that's the twiddle in the middle, and that's your 4 patch. And you'll make your 4 patches, and as I said, you can get 8 from a width of fabric. You're then going to take what you've considered to be your dark medium and your dark fabric, and we're going to do a log cabin setting. As I said, all the instructions have all the measurements, so you'll know how many strips and what size strips to cut. You're going to need 2 strips, one for this side and one for that side of your medium dark, and then one for the bottom and the side from your dark fabric. And I'm just going to say to you, when you've got a ruler that's not, is only sort of like the Creative Grids are 6.5 wide, and you need a strip that's longer than 6.5, don't forget that you can turn your ruler around. You can use your mat, of course, but what I do say to people, if you're using your mat, use your mat for all your measurement cutting.
Yeah, just in case it's a little bit different.
It's a bit like using grams and ounces. You either use all grams or you use all ounces when you're making your pattern. But what you can do, you see, when you've got a longer strip that is longer than the width of your ruler, don't forget you can turn your ruler around and take it along this way, because your measurements are all along there anyway. Just line up one of your lines, horizontal lines, with the line on your under your fabric. And that way you've got your longer pieces without having to worry about whether you're cutting it all the same. So we take the shorter piece and we place that on the top of the 4-patch unit, and we're going to sew that onto there. I use a 1/4 inch seam throughout all of my sewing. I'm going to press that up and away from the 4-patch unit. Just press the seam, press it flat. Don't need to iron it, don't need to distort it in any way. Then we take our second piece, just give that an iron. Okay, take our second piece of our medium dark, which we're using for the border, and that goes along there. So it sits at the bottom of the 4-patch and covers that first piece that we've put on. You can, of course, pin your pieces before you start sewing if that makes you feel more comfortable. I don't tend to pin a lot when I'm doing sewing, unless it's a really long border, and then I will pin it to hold it together while I'm at the machine. So then you've got your dark piece, and that goes along the bottom of the 4-patch. Again, it sits on the edge of your 4-patch and covers your border piece.
This is a lovely, easy block, isn't it?
It is. It's a very straightforward. Very straightforward. It can give you some really lovely effects when you come to join it together.
And lovely that you've got in the pattern, you've got that page so that you can try out your colours.
Yeah. It's always nice sometimes when you think, well, actually, if I wanted to put these colours together, how would that look? You know, and you can take a little scrap of your fabric and just paste it on and see how it sits together.
Yeah, get your Pritt stick out.
Yeah.
Glue it on, have a go.
And the thing is, with glues like that as well, if you're not happy with the placement and it's stuck on, if you apply heat to it, it'll come off.
Yes, yes, very true. Or use a bit of your quilter's wash away tape.
Yeah. So that final strip then covers, it's on the left hand side, and it covers both border pieces. So that's framed your 4-patch, and it's given you sort of like a dark side and a light side, if you like, which then gives you all the options for when you're doing your placement, because you can put them all facing with the dark side one way, So they all sit like that. You can rotate them round, and then you end up with a sort of like a zigzaggy pattern going on.
Do you know what I need to get more of, Jane? And that's Kate's quilt wall.
Yes.
Because this is one to pin up on a quilt wall, or
absolutely.
Put on the floor or on the bed or whatever, and really lay it out.
Yeah,
so
lay
you
it
can
out
play
and have a look and see.
Step back. The other thing is to take a photo of it.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. You can, you can have it, rotate it round. There's all sorts, and you'll see different patterns appear. On this one, you can see it quite well here because of the dark grey and the lighter grey. I've put the light side against the dark, and it's given me, I don't know if you can see it, it's sort of like a figure of 8 pattern.
Well,
the dark's formed like a figure of 8.
Front on.
It's like a figure of 8 shape going on there.
Yeah, it's really lovely.
And my patches go like that. So that again gives you a visual of it going round and a cross going through there and there. So there's all sorts of hidden patterns within it as you're playing with your layout. On the one behind me, I put some one way and some another way, some going all of the ways, and it just adds a sort of like movement to it.
When you look at master artists, and you look at anything with C's or anything that has movement, then you'll find things on a slant.
Yes.
On a triangular tangent is how you see it, because as soon as you do that, you bring a movement into whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah.
So, and it's the same with your quilting. As soon as you have something that isn't just straight up and down, and that wave of colour coming through,
it gives a real good
your
blend.
eye's going to travel.
Yeah, it does. It gives it sort of a blend to it. It's lovely. It's beautiful fabric to work with. It's Macawa Andover Fabrics, so a beautiful base cloth. Edita's colour palette is fabulous. I love her muted tones.
And it's going to sit in any home space, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah. And I mean,
snuggly one.
you don't have to be abstract like me. If abstract doesn't work for you, you can have it in rows of colour.
Yeah.
And that would look equally as beautiful. So you can really play with it. It's a really lovely block, very simple. You saw how quickly it came together. And you'll have lots of fun with it. And I think it's the sort of pattern that you'll go back to again and again, because you'll have different fabrics and you'll think, oh, I've got just the pattern that will work with that.
That one, yeah. Perfect.
Because it can be a child's quilt or a grown-up quilt. It lends itself to both.
And you could do it very inexpensively through planes as well.
Absolutely.
That's the other thing to have a little play with and a little think of. So that is today's show. Remember, we have got the planes offer on. Buy 2 half meters of plain and get a third for free. Or if you want all 85. We are missing 2 planes at the moment because they are out of stock with our supplier.
Yeah.
Normally we carry 87 planes. At the moment we're carrying 85 because we don't know when they'll be back in. But if you would like all 85 as a long quarter bundle, then there is a third off that as well.
That is fantastic.
It has to finish tonight. I can't.
That is just amazing.
Yeah.
You've got all of those colours in there then. A beautiful selection of neutrals.
Well, people kept asking if we were going to bring back our plain subscription, and we're not going to yet.
No.
Not at the minute. But actually that is something that we could do for you.
Yeah, wonderful.
If you would love these as the most beautiful, soft, gorgeous, rich. They're soft but rich. That's the cleverness.
There's some brightness in there, as well as that lovely, rich, soft, warm.
That's it.
It's the warmth to these colours that almost feel autumnal, but not quite.
Yeah. You could be looking at brushed cotton.
Yeah.
That's how they look. And yet it's just normal cotton.
Yeah.
Or if you would like the glaze, that has been selling well. We've only got 3 or 4 of those left now.
This would work equally as well with this pattern.
Of course it would.
Beautiful, beautiful array of colours there. just slightly brighter tones because I think Libs works with a slightly brighter palette, doesn't she?
She does, yeah, for sure. But actually, you know, Jane, if you look on that back bench...
It just sits beautifully with it.
And you lift up that mat...
Yeah.
It's not too out of place.
No, they work. They'd mix and match. They would mix and match.
Yeah.
I might buy both.
I mean, you need to be quick, Jane.
I was going to say there's probably none left.
That's all I'm
probably
saying.
none left.
Right, this puppy is starting to wake up.
Which means she'll need to go outside.
It does, and which means she'll also start to try and chew my microphone. So thank you everybody for watching today. Tomorrow, we should mention what we're doing tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm playing with a little bit of leopard print velvet.
Oh, exciting.
To bring a beautiful bag to air.
Super.
I wanted, what I've got into at the moment, Jane, is I just need a bag that I can have my wallet, my phone, dog poo bags, and I just need to be able to...
Sling it over your shoulder and take the dog for a walk. Yeah. Yeah.
But I also don't want to feel scruffy.
No. You can't be scruffy when you're walking a Great Dane. It's an elegant dog. You need to be elegant when you're walking a Great Dane.
He is handsome, isn't he?
He is gorgeous.
He really is lovely. He was playing with Margot, my old Dane that my husband kept in the divorce, and they were having a lovely time. But
they look lovely together. She's gone
grey, hasn't she?
Yeah. She looks old, but she remembered me, which was lovely.
But he's more elegant actually, isn't he? Because she was a chunkier Dane.
Yeah.
But there we go.
Gorgeous.
Danes we know and love.
Yeah.
Yes. Right, everybody. Take care. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow with kits. We've got kits. We've got hardware.
Awesome, gorgeous hardware.
We've worked really hard at this hardware and some brand new innovative stuff that you'll only find here because we've made it ourselves.
Yeah. With
our new leather press. So we're very excited about this, which just means that...
I'm laughing at Minnie because she's like lying like a human baby. And she's got one hand like that over Natasha's arms. And there is a smile. There's a smile there. Look at that.
There is a little smugness, isn't there, Jane?
Yes, definitely, yeah. I know where I am at, got my best place to be. She's fabulous.
Ridiculous. So we'll see you here tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Take care. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jane.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. It's ridiculous.
There's a human element there. There is. You've been here before, Missy, haven't you? Look at those paws. So gorgeous.
Oh, Missy. Maybe we should have called